here. Look at this thing. This thing is freaking, oh man, amazing. So today's gonna be a little bit short. I mean, I do have a bunch of other stuff I want to be doing this week. Like, I want to follow up on. I want to do a what is it? A Game Gear mod as well with Genesis port controller, so you could add a Genesis controller onto it. You know, just sort of shit and giggles, because like there are certain two-player games you could use with the link cable and such. So yeah, so we begin by opening up the Nintendo GameCube with a security bit, like one of these little security bits over here. And there's 4 screws right over here, so like you want to pop it out with this. Might be this screwdriver might not work properly, so I have to get the extender. So you need like a security bit, a Nintendo security bit for this to get this working properly. Let's see.
Oh.
Start by taking out the screws over here. Two over here. This one. Yeah, doing a region-free mod will allow you not only to play imports, but you could do other stuff as well, like use a Game Boy Interface, which is a developmental app for your Game Boy player. It has a lot more options on it, rather than just using the Game Boy player disc itself. So you could do a whole bunch of other stuff. You know, or imports, I guess. So, all right, now that we pop this open, I'm just gonna dig into disassemble this GameCube here. So from here, just pop off this little piece over here. Just carefully pull it out. At this point, there you go, one, and then your power, your fan over here as well. Let's see, another bit over here. Like basically, what we want to do is just access the bottom of the underneath this little disc. This lens is right over here, so just take this out, take this out, take this part out. Oh. Take this part out. Take this out. This part out. Okay. Now we removed the little power supply over here, mini PSU, or whatever you want to call it. Now, you want to remove these screws over here as well in order to get access to it. It's quite a lot to do in order to, well, a lot of screws to disassemble first in order to get access to the bottom of the board. So yeah, we got Elgin over here just like chilling. What up? Look at it. He's like one of those Titanic girls. Like, you know, pay me one of those pictures.
I'm fucking tired. Of nothing. I'm tired of doing nothing.
Yeah, basically.
What? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, I was uh-oh, it's Dr. Hans Rapist. Where's this fucker?
Alright, so we got this open. Grab that out of the way. This guy over here. Just take this part of the screw out. Let's pop this open. This could be easily popped out. So get this open here. More screws, more screws, more screws, screws. And then we have this over here. This is a controller. Like, in order to get access, there's these two little tabs here. You just want to pop them off, and it just slips right off over there. And you'll see a ribbon cable over here. Just gently pull this away, and there you go. Beautiful. Now, there's also four little tiny screws here that's connected to the controller port. So, take like a smaller screw bit, disassemble this, unscrew this part. We take this out over here, rada. And then once you got everything, you could just lift it right up and just pop it right off, right there. Now that we got access to that, this is what we're going to be focusing on today. So, once we got this off, we got to remove these 5 screws underneath here just to access the reader. A bunch of screws over here, so one over here, one over here, one over here, one over here. Well, 6 screws, sorry, not 5. Just pop this off.
Oh my god, I'm on my fucking skull.
Last but not least, this one. Take that out and just carefully remove the tray, and now we have access. Basically, for the Xeno GC mod, to do this mod, we have to focus on this part of the area right over here. So, let's be careful. Generally, on this type of mod, you could do a dip like this, but I don't generally recommend it because you could damage it. So you could damage it if you do, like, you know, if you just solder it in directly like that. I would just use like a some kind of wire, a wrapping wire, just to, you know, get this working properly. So what I would do is, like, you know, just solder these points over here. Well, mount it, then solder these points over here. So yeah. So it just look like something like that. Alright. So from here we just find a spot to mount this on. Generally I like to put it right over here, just to mount it. There's 6 points here to solder, so this is probably one of the simpler mods to do, I suppose. There you go. See, so like, yeah, I would just mount it like that and just wire everything up to its corresponding point. Let me show you the guide for this. Oh, I haven't seen her in a while. Haven't seen her in a while. Yeah, sure. Alright, so we got this, let's see. We have to find a guide for the, what is it, Xeno GC. I'll show you the points for it. Oh, thanks. So that's a little guide right there. That'll show you all the points that you need to do. So, if you guys ever want to attempt doing this and whatnot, so. So we have, so just wire up everything. This would be power, this would be D, this would be ground. So second point would be D. D's nuts. Point D. Alright, so, oops, sorry. So what I'm gonna do is just use some these kind of wire over here to wire it up. It'll be a lot easier than just dipping it in. Reason why I do this, it's easier to like reverse engineer everything at this point. So like, you know, if you're making mistakes or anything, if you try to desolder it, it'll be a lot easier to do. So. Let's see, let's wire this up. Might get as short as possible though. So I guess right over here, like that, and yeah, great, awesome. Oh damn. So on this end, just take a little bit of solder over here. Let's get this junk out of the way. Rada. Heat up these little pads over here. So the power right there. That's one. Now this is D right here. Ground is right over here on the bottom, I believe. What is on the chart? We're doing a GameCube region free mod right now. So basically allowing you to play imports, use what is it, the Game Boy interface player and other software as well. But mostly imports though. Right, so we have this right over here. We have that. That's bottom one. Okay. Point C is right over here. Basically, what I'm doing right now, I'm just prepping up everything at this point, so I could solder it easily. So we have point C. C is right over here. Yes. B and A. So B and A. Just to match the corresponding stuff. So right over here, we just wire up, solder these little points over here. Just prep these up as well. Focus, focus, focus.
What the fuck? Leave me alone.
Let's see if I get a better point on this. There you go. So, put right over here, this would be the power line. This would be point D. These nuts ground over here. Point C. This is B and A. Alright, cool. So from here, let's cut a bunch of wires up just to prep them. Start by wiring this up to the power line. It's going to be a power right over here. Alright, it's one. Now, these right over here. So we just snip off the short wire. Good place to get wires. Generally I just use these type of wire wrapping wire. These are really good though. They're lasted me about like about a year into it, and I haven't even used that much on it. See, so good place to get them. I mean, probably try. Let's see. eBay probably sells them as well. They're not as bad though. They're really good. Let me see if I can find you a link for them. These are pretty soft, like I like to work with these ones. Let's see. No way. 22, if you use it, those are way too big. I'm using a 30 gauge wire. The 22 to 24 for this type of operation is way too much. And you can put a lot of stress onto the, what is it? Onto the connections, the pads, and you might have a chance of ripping them out. So like I wouldn't recommend using a 22 to 24 gauge. I would recommend using like 28 to 38 gauge. Here, let me see if I can find you a link for this. All right, give me 1 second. It's way too thick. You can't be using those for soldering. You want to get like wrap wires and stuff like that. Let me see. Like kinda actually. It's really good. Like something like this would be good. probably get it for a lot cheaper. If you look for the kind of rep wires, they're a lot cheaper though. That's so funny, Helts. If you're gonna like, I mean, I did that at one point, I guess. It's not really cool. Kind of sucks though, I guess.
Gregory Bitchenstein. Oh, I'm gonna finish watching that movie.
Which one?
Some Japanese movie called Tag. Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Oh, you could definitely use an IDE cable though. IDE cables are good. I would say generally about 26 to 28 would be best if you're going to be using doing that type of mod. The smaller the gauge, the thicker the wire. If you're doing what is it, like a Super Nintendo mod, you're fine with 26 gauge. But if you're using like something like you know, what is it? The ribbon wires work as well too, like, you know, those rainbow ribbon wires or whatever you use for like the Arduino stuff, crimping. Those are pretty good too. So let's carefully wire up everything here. Where did my wire go? I just had it a second ago. Oh, there we are. So like that, alright. Got another one right over here. Here, okay. That could work, Dougie. Like, generally this is what I use, rainbow ribbon cables. They're really the cleanest to work with. Like, it makes your thing look really pretty. Like, those are really good too, as well. Damn, you're hoarding. It's an episode of Hoarders.
I don't know why this shit's entertaining, but it is.
It is, right? Just a little bit.
It makes me want to clean.
I think this today's stream is going to be fairly short though. Today, we're just going to be doing this.
Yo, she got bad dust.
Huh?
Remember? Oh, I thought I heard you.
Oh man, hearing voices in your head, dude.
The hoarding voices.
So that's pretty helpful, I guess. Now we got. Another one right there, and then the last one right over here. And that's that. Cool. Alright, so from here we're just going to connect all these corresponding points to them. This would be B. Start off with A first. This. There you go. Shit is clear as fuck. So we start off with this one A, which is right over here. Or actually B, work on the outside then the inside. Very, very anal about this stuff though.
The irony of this family tradition isn't lost on Mary's daughters.
I know it would be helpful if we came up with another activity when we're all together besides shopping.
Get together and do some English shopping, which would be take some stuff out instead of bringing some stuff in. That was the time.
The problem is, Mary doesn't want anything taken out. Despite her frightening living condition, she seems perfectly content.
So we connect this to point B, which is
I put my stuff down, I grab my mail.
right over here.
Go to the kitchen, make myself something. How you doing?
Let's see.
You know what they say? You should give the person that has everything.
That's one over here.
So I brought some shelves home, but unfortunately I couldn't get the shelves into the storage area that I wanted to put them in because there was too much stuff.
Alright, that's one over here. That's point B.
Instead, Mary went with plan B. She bought the house next door.
And then this one over here.
That scary thought. That really, it was like, oh boy, it's for sure.
Mom, are you going to use the house next door for storage? And I said, well, I hadn't thought of it, but it sounded like a good idea.
Heat this up.
You can't even take one step into the garage. It's going to be ceiling.
Yes, I have furniture in other places.
There you go.
It's my stuff. I can.
And then point C is right over here. Not sure if you guys can see it. There you go.
For years, Mary Thompson's daughters have been encouraging their mother to clean up. Yet despite
Mary
the-
Thompson, daughter. Mary Josephine Jemima. I don't know.
Gift certificate for a dump box for Christmas. Maybe if she's trying to tell you something, I think that's like 8 years ago and she has not redeemed it yet.
But I tried.
So point C right over here. Ah man, just gotta get this close as possible.
It's interesting. She'll talk about how one day she decided to quit smoking. She woke up that day and just quit smoking. Told her. Never smoked again. That she stopped
Mary, however, has come to realize there is a negative side to having so much stuff. Finding what she's looking for can be an impossible task.
Oh, it's going great. What's that? Baited, eat it up. I thought it was baited up. I was like, what? I'm back. I'm back on stream for now. I mean, back to streaming and stuff like that. We got my boy here watching his novelas about hoarding and shit. So, yeah. So yeah, here. It's an episode of hoarding and shit. Yo, that shit is crazy, B.
That's nothing to do with some worse shit.
Oh, like having like dead cats.
Yeah.
God, that is fucking crazy.
She had like 3 dead cats under her couch.
Yeah, I've seen that. Well, one time. Oh shit, you got a Richter thing. Nice. Right now I'm just doing a region-free GameCube mod at the moment. GameCube region-free mod, whatever you want to call it. So you can play imports, quote unquote. quote unquote.
My family is secure, my stuff is secure, and
And now we work. Anyways, back to this.
I think they must be right, but otherwise I would be safe here.
Excuse me.
For compulsive hoarder Ann Thomas and her son Brendan, excessive clutter in their home has forced them to live in virtual isolation.
We always had people over. I mean, our house was like one of the houses where everybody came over. And that's absolutely changed.
I don't really bring anybody home or any of my friends or anything like that to the apartment, so it does hamper my life quite a bit.
In fact, the family has not had a house guest in over a year. So when friend Claudette Washington Bell stops by,
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no. I mean, people still play on the GameCube because of the Game Boy player. I guess the Game Boy player has some of the best. You know, it's one of the best hardwares on it.
You can come in.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I gotta find ground. Okay, so I got B over here. A's on the bottom. Let's see.
I know she's embarrassed. She really cannot have someone come over to see her.
Yeah, I mean, people still use the Wii though. We still got a lot of good stuff though. All right, so.
Oh no.
I got it clear, but now it's all back because I never got finished.
I wonder, wasn't there things you made when you were a child?
Now these were
Strip this a
these
little
were
bit.
from a gift that I got when Brett was born. I think the last time one of my really good friends was at my house was about a year ago, and it's just too embarrassing. It's too.
I mean, I would come in, but I can't. I got to go.
That's that. Next one is
Oh my.
Bitch is dirty.
yeah, just a little bit B.
Who is it? Who's sleeping?
Well, no one sleeps here.
Bad.
This is
You know, I didn't stop. This is my brand. Who is it?
that was a knitting project for very long. And we don't let anybody in my house. And it becomes one of those things that it's not a normal process. I mean, because, we're social and we've always been social, and I have my family, and, my family has to do it there.
Don't cry.
I'm
Time for action.
There, so tennis one over here. Yeah, definitely the Wii U.
I know it's not the way you want it. I know that.
Yes.
It's debilitating.
Remember, we do not mention anything about anything about I guess piracy or whatever you want to call it. Call them imports. Imports.
It's not normal because
So we have this over here, and then last but not least.
Just to realize that this is not natural. It's not how things should be.
And it's not really embarrassing. You can't have any friends come over, and if they do come over, if they drop by, yeah, I'm gonna drop by. I'm just say no.
For my mom as well. I know for her life has been hard, not being able to do certain things that she wants to do. And I think this is a big part of it.
You can help them never do this. It's important thing to do.
know it's not my fault.
moving on may be harder than either of them ever imagined.
The process that I'm like most afraid of.
After years of living in isolation, compulsive hoarders Ann Thomas and her son Brendan are ready for a change.
People seeing me happy and
I think this thing scares me a little bit. Just worries me a little bit because I don't want to like mess it up.
I think that's the top priority for my mom to have a nice space to live in. To finally have a place to come home to where she can relax. And I think getting started is the first point that we need to get
Because I don't want any metal touching any metal.
So today, the two are reaching out to psychologist Melanie Santos for help.
Here you go.
Okay. Give me where everything is.
Yes.
Is there a method to this, or is it?
For example, that bag right there,
Yeah.
the zippers are broken, I still have the bag.
What's kept you from just taking it out?
Maybe I just have to shorten this just a wee bit.
I really think about truly using it, truly needing it, or if you really, really want something. And if it doesn't fall into one of those three categories, then what's the point of holding on to it if it,
Shorten this up a bit, and then we just connect this over to point D.
you need it?
Not at this point.
We establish that you love it.
No.
You know,
And that's it.
Yeah, I guess
That's all there is to it.
him, it seemed to be. That's
all you have to do.
The apartment is like this.
Now, based on the diagram I just showed you guys, that's how you do
this actually
a
it
Okay.
was something else.
region-free mod. Just get this chip called Xeno GC, which is amazing though. Like you could use better software for Game Boy interface and such. So. C, point C, power, yes. Point D is the bottom one, correct.
Instrumental saving, which is really
And then last but not least,
would I use it? Do I need it?
point D
Whereas with
ground
there's an emotional connection.
is right over here on the bottom. Alright, wonderful. We got everything done. So that's it. That's that for now. Oh man, my stream just froze.
This is one of the things that kind of got lost and I never finished it. I mean, it's something I can finish because it's almost about 2/3
There you
done.
go.
So almost there.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's almost there.
So yeah, that's that. Now, after all that's done, we just close it up. So now that's this is done, we just close everything up at this point. So yeah, that's how you do a Xeno GC mod right over here. See?
Dr. Santos decides to challenge her.
You could do it with the dipping option, but like throw your chip in there and just add the points. But I don't generally recommend that because, again, if you make a mistake on it, you have a high chance. It's going to be really hard to desolder it, and you're going to have a high chance of destroying your GameCube. The pads on your GameCube. So, anyways, let's close this up for now. Now, do you guys want to see another thing? Like, yes. Oh, nice, sweet. Yeah, the randomized version is awesome. So do you guys want to see me do I mean, I know I was gonna do this mod, but do you guys want to see me do the Game Gear?
Have been struck with a look of fear right then and there. She's been avoiding doing things like that and making
No, I haven't
decisions
seen
for so long that it ends up being rather difficult to then face that.
So what if we were just to try to have
Like,
choose a couple right now?
I mean, now that I finished this one, what do you guys want to see? Check out the other mod I'm doing. Or I could leave it for next time. It's up to you guys. Cause I was thinking about doing brought my Game Gear, that person's Game Gear over,
Did I make the right
and Good call.
That's a real, it's a common feeling. The thing is, essentially what you have to do is you have to, even though I know it's still there, I'm still kind of like a little stressed about it. I just have to kind of let things go.
Yeah, let's do a Game Gear. Fuck it, right? They want to see me do a Game Gear, B.
For decades,
We're gonna add a Genesis controller on this shit.
dominated every aspect of her life. But now,
Oh yeah, I gotta take a picture of this. My bad. Dirt.
My stuff is telling me that maybe it needs some time.
and without telling her daughters, Mary's
No, I
had
wasn't
a
watching your game room.
professional
I mean, I'm pretty much. I have a lot of shit in my house too. Like I can't.
Stuff they
No. It didn't have one actually. So I don't think I saw anything about like a PSU and whatnot. Oh, that's my phone.
Are you sure?
Gotta take a quick picture.
Okay, can we start over here? Sure. Sure. I'll lead the way. Yes. Jim, like you're a high school high jumper or something. Mary, can I hand you that? Yes. Here, I gotta watch it so we don't hurt. So, I want my pennies. It's not so much tension as you're a high jumper. Okay, thank you.
It's important that a person afterwards to establish what their goals are and to constantly get them to reiterate their goals, remind them of their goals.
Because I'll probably just upload all this stuff online, back on social media and everything. So.
I need to get rid of this stuff.
I mean, it's not because of it's not because of the PSU. It's because you know what the problem was. The Game Gear power supply was not. It's because of the backlight. The backlight itself. There's a huge tube light in the back of the Game Gear. If you ever open it up at that point, that's the thing that drains the most battery on it. But if you do like an LCD mod, like a McWell mod or something like that, you can extend that thing to like 6 to 8 hours. You know, on the LCD mod. Right.
The living conditions inside compulsive hoarder Mary Thompson's house have been deteriorating.
Mary Thompson Johansson, something.
But today, unbeknownst to her daughters, she's doing something about it.
Like you can definitely greatly improve the mod on it. I mean, with that mod, so it's so much better than the original screen it comes with. Because like I even though I do recaps on it, I generally don't want to recommend that screen because it's like you can't really see much unless you tilt it. So it definitely makes a huge significant difference when you use that mod, when you do that mod. We've done it on stream as well. Like I've done a
person who forwards a situation they may feel
McWell LCD mod
just
as well.
completely impossible to
So.
change.
Anyways, let's close this up.
That's not good either. That's
Well, that not
well, it's not a good balance in there.
okay. And so probably the biggest thing that can be done is to have patience.
Put this stuff all back in.
Patience.
It's a lot of screws and stuff like that.
Nice, so we put it right there. Great.
Okay.
Mary, this is your stuff and you are the boss. Okay. You make
Yeah, I would definitely do the McWell mod.
Tell me about this.
That's a book about trades, and I love trades.
Like the backlight, you can't really change anything out on it. You have to replace it with the LCD in order to do it. Not only that, you have to recap it as well prior to doing the McWell mod, because the McWell mod itself is definitely a pain. I mean, it's the Game Gear recap needs to have that done because like the motherboards uses these bad caps on them, which has like it can leak over time and like destroy your system easily. Yes. Oh, you can do the GG LCD on it too. If you want to do that, go with that route with a controller with one of those 3.5 TFT LCD screens. That could totally work too. So. Alright, so now that we got this done, we just put this guy back together. Let's pop this guy back here. Let's get the drill bit, the screw bit.
And it is something that is a hindrance. Obviously, the stuff in my house is a hindrance.
Yes.
We have an empty box.
Yes, that's the whole point of having that. Speaking of which, I think one of my customers, the customer that I work with, has a GG LCD screen on her system. It's pretty cool though. I mean, if you don't want to go with the the McWill screen mod, I understand it could be expensive though. But the only perks of having it is like not only do you get the breakout board for it, but you have you have VGA out as well, which is amazing. Let's pop these guys back here.
Tackling this problem, I think, was a surprise. It was a good surprise.
And I still think that they're probably in a little bit of state of shock because they're saying, Mom wants to get rid of something. Yes, I did surprise them. I surprised them. with
Close this thing back up.
So you're the support team. Yes. What's your start? All right.
Oh, where are you from, Deborah? Yeah, be careful. Don't get your shit destroyed, because power. One of those power comes in and hits it. It'll fuck up your system a lot.
It's been more than a decade since Ann Thomas
That was in Harlem.
called her apartment.
Well, at this part, yeah.
But with her son Brendan and a team of professionals by her side, she's looking to change that.
I go through a lot of this juice. So.
I'm decluttering primarily for myself, but I'm also decluttering for Brendan because for however long he's there, he needs a place too. And he needs a place to be able to, say
Yeah.
he's had a review.
When you do the Sega CD 1, Sega CD's the first model is definitely a bitch to work with because you get it recapped and all that such and whatnot, right? Replace the lens and whatnot. This has come from the Modfather, and like I sat there with him and experienced this. But just to adjust the tray, the disc tray, not the disc tray, but the what is that thing called? Disc. The spindle thing. You have to adjust the height of it properly. Like that has to be aligned properly, like on the dot. And that's like the hardest thing to do. Like it'll take you about a couple hours to do. A lot of people I spoke to about that. That's probably one of the hardest things to do. Like the recap is the easy process. The hardest thing is just to adjust the spindle to make it, the lens pick it up properly. If you adjust it too high, the disc might hit the top of the surface. But if you hit it too low, it might scratch the lens. So it's definitely a pain in that.
Probably gonna think about that for a while. I forgot it was there. If I didn't remember it was there, I don't need to
I do have some problems. I'm not gonna lie about that. Obviously, if I didn't, I wouldn't be in the shape that I'm in now. Get rid of these dirty ones. And I feel like by getting this clutter out, it'll give me that sense of belonging again.
So it's another system to clear. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Have a normal relationship.
What other references? Oh, just so to fix up the spindle.
these glasses I lost 2 years ago. Now that I really been lost.
Mom, this one's yours, I think. Alright.
This has to be gone bad. This belongs to my aunt. Get rid of these. Yay! Get rid of them. This day's been going pretty well. They've been up and down.
It's all by trial, but you have to play it by ear, basically. it's all trial and error at that point to retweak them.
Nostalgic for me because it brought back live, but it's been good. It's been really good.
I mean, like, oh yeah. Adjusting pots on CD and DVD drives. I would say generally about 450 to 500 on CD, 750 to 800 on DVDs, though. 450 to 500 ohms on it. Generally they say like what is it, 650 or to 650 on CD and 850 on DVD is good. But when you're running imports and stuff like that, it's generally not good because the laser needs to focus a lot more on different medias. So I would say about 700 to 750 for DVDs, and then 450 to 500 for CDs. 400 could could wing it, because the lower you adjust the pot, the higher the intensity the laser is going to be, and you don't want to risk the fact of like burning it out. So just pop this guy back in here.
And not always be stuck in the same environment where it's just her or just me.
All right. Pop this back over here. There we go. Put this back over here. Pop this little back plate back over here.
This thing!
What the?
The fuck did he have Kermit the Frog sheets?
What the hell?
Look at his bed. That shit looks like a fucking 5-year-old's.
Oh no, the PC Engine. No, fuck the PC Engine. I hate the PC Engine because there's like 5 or 6 different fucking pots on those things, man. Those things are the worst. I know that feeling, man. No, fuck that. I've done that like 1,000 times. Like those are the worst to deal with, man. Like, do not want to deal with those things no more. No, thank you though. No, I don't want to do those no more. Honestly, those are. Yeah, one for tracking, one for audio, one for focusing, one for. God damn, those are the worst, man. Like, CDX. Yeah, I'd rather not touch the pots on those. Once you do like the lens replacement, don't touch lens on them. That's all I'm saying.
So I should be expecting these more often.
Definitely, those things are a pain in the dick, man.
5 weeks in, and Mary Thompson is still hard at work. Sorting through 20 years of clutter is no easy
Whoops.
task. But with the help of her daughters, she's determined to tackle it one box at a time.
My philosophy has always been if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. And this has been.
Yeah, but only on the core graphics though. They I hopefully for now they get their what is it? Their system replaced. I mean the RGB fixed up because they had to recall it at one point.
This space is really nice. Because we're really good
Mary still has a long road ahead of her before there's enough room for a new bed. But the progress she's made so far is encouraging.
The hardest part of this was admitting that I had too much stuff.
Okay, just leave that there for now, I guess. Alright, now that we got everything here done, let's put this back together. Yeah, anything with an expansion bay, it'll work. So. And there you go. Look at this is so sick. Oh man, look at that. That's so fucking badass, dude. Alright, so let's close this up.
As we progressed, I found that each little thing had less of an attachment. I had given up ownership of a lot of the stuff.
hopefully, you know, they still needs to be sent out, I guess. So. No, it doesn't fit on all models. Like, well, you know, like you still need the Turbo Duo R, the Turbo Duo. You know, those you can't do. It's only the ones with the expansion bay. Yeah, no, I agree.
Out of the house
I agree.
now, or you're dead.
I'm just sick of living the way I'm
But you know, like as a working, if you're getting a working product, if you're getting a product, you should be able to just plug and play. Like, you know, as an end user, you shouldn't have to like do any of these modifications or anything like that. You know? Yeah, which is not a good idea, man. Like, why would you do that? Like, overlook that and stuff. Like, if you're releasing a product, you know, the user you want to make sure that the end user, you know, is happy with it and just like they could just plug and play on the go and whatnot. So.
Radford, Virginia, a small southern town where family homes fill the hillsides. But one home is filled with nothing
Here you go.
but memories.